What if I told you that at this very moment, you're traveling at 220 kilometers per second through space? Not just spinning with Earth, not just orbiting the sun, but racing through the cosmic void towards something so massive, so incomprehensible, that it's literally warping the fabric of space and time around itself? Here's what will blow your mind. Right now, as you watch this video, you are on a 240 million year journey to the center of our galaxy, the Milky Way. And at that center lurks something that challenges everything we thought we knew about physics, reality, and our place in the universe. Scientists discovered in 2020 that there's a supermassive black hole at our galaxy's heart that's 4 million times more massive than our sun. But here's the kicker. It's not just sitting there passively. It's actively feeding, growing, and in the process, it's creating phenomena so bizarre that they sound like science fiction. Think of it like this. Imagine you're on a cosmic Ferris wheel, but instead of taking a few minutes to complete a circle, your ride takes 240 million years. And at the center of this wheel isn't a motor or an axle. It's a monster that devours light itself. But before we dive deeper into this cosmic journey, I need you to do something. Hit that like button if you're ready to have your mind completely transformed by the end of this video. Subscribe and ring that notification bell, because what we're about to explore will change how you see yourself and your place in the universe forever. And here's something I'm curious about. Drop a comment and tell me, what country are you watching from? And what time is it where you are right now? Because no matter where you are on Earth, we're all taking this same incredible journey together through space. Now, let's begin our expedition to the center of the Milky Way. Before we can understand where we're going, we need to understand where we are. Think of it like trying to navigate to the center of New York City. First, you need to know which continent you're starting from. Your cosmic address reads like this: Earth, Solar System, Orion Arm, Milky Way Galaxy, Local Group, Virgo Supercluster, Observable Universe. But here's what most people don't realize. We're not sitting still in this address. We're moving through it at mind-bending speeds. Let me paint you a picture that will completely reframe how you think about motion. Right now, you feel like you're sitting still, watching this video, but you're actually participating in a cosmic dance with multiple layers of movement happening simultaneously. First, Earth spins on its axis at about 1,600 kilometers per hour at the equator. That's faster than the speed of sound. But that's just the beginning. Earth orbits the sun at roughly 107,000 kilometers per hour. Think of it like being on a racetrack where you complete one lap every year, except this racetrack is 940 million kilometers around. But here's where it gets really wild. Our entire solar system is moving through space. We're not just orbiting within a stationary galaxy. We're falling toward the center of the Milky Way at an angle, like a leaf spiraling down toward a drain. Except this spiral takes hundreds of millions of years to complete. The astronomer Vera Rubin, whose work in the 1970s revolutionized our understanding of galaxies, discovered something shocking about this motion. She found that the outer parts of galaxies, including where we are, rotate much faster than they should according to the visible matter we can see. This led to the discovery of dark matter, an invisible substance that makes up 85% of all matter in the universe. Here's what will blow your mind. The very fact that we're moving toward the galactic center at our current speed means that most of what's pulling us there is completely invisible. We're being guided by forces we can't see toward a destination that would destroy us if we got too close. Think of it like being in a car, driving through a thick fog at night. You can see your headlights illuminating the road immediately in front of you. That's the visible matter in our galaxy. But the vast majority of what's out there, guiding your path and determining your destination, is hidden in the darkness. This invisible scaffolding of dark matter creates what scientists call the galactic halo, a spherical structure surrounding our galaxy that's 6 times wider than the visible disk we typically picture when we think of the Milky Way. But here's the truly mind-bending part. As we journey toward the center, we're not just moving through empty space. We're traveling through increasingly dense regions of stars, gas, dust, and exotic matter. It's like walking from the suburbs into downtown Manhattan. Except downtown Manhattan is a region where the laws of physics become so extreme that they break our normal understanding of reality. And speaking of breaking our understanding, let me tell you about something that happened in 2019 that changed everything we thought we knew about our galactic journey. What if I told you that our peaceful journey through the Milky Way isn't actually peaceful at all? What if I told you that we're currently in the middle of a cosmic collision that's been happening for billions of years? In 2019, the European Space Agency's Gaia satellite made a discovery that sent shockwaves through the astronomical community. By mapping the positions and movements of over 1 billion stars with unprecedented precision, scientists discovered something extraordinary. Our galaxy is literally eating another galaxy right now. The Sagittarius dwarf galaxy, a smaller companion to the Milky Way, has been colliding with us for the past 8 to 10 billion years. But here's what will blow your mind. This collision isn't like two cars crashing. It's more like a ghost passing through a wall, except both the ghost and the wall are made of hundreds of billions of stars. Dr. Tomás Ruiz Lara from the Instituto de Astrofísica de Canarias led the research team that discovered this collision is happening in waves. Every time the Sagittarius galaxy passes through the Milky Way's disk, it triggers massive bursts of star formation. Think of it like throwing a stone into a pond. The ripples spread outward, but instead of water ripples, we get waves of new stars being born. Here's the mind-bending part. Our own solar system was born during one of these collision waves about 4.6 billion years ago. In other words, you exist because of a cosmic collision that's still happening today. But this raises a profound question. If galaxies can pass through each other like ghosts, what does that tell us about the nature of matter and space itself? The answer lies in understanding scale. Think of it like this. If our solar system were the size of a coin, the nearest star would be about 4 kilometers away. Galaxies are mostly empty space, punctuated by tiny islands of matter. When galaxies collide, it's more like two swarms of bees passing through each other, rather than two solid objects crashing together. But the gravitational effects are real and dramatic. The Sagittarius galaxy is being stretched and torn apart by the Milky Way's gravity, leaving streams of stars scattered across our sky like cosmic breadcrumbs, showing the path of this ancient collision. And here's something that should give you chills. This collision is changing our trajectory toward the galactic center. Each pass of the Sagittarius galaxy slightly alters the gravitational landscape we're traveling through, like a river changing course as new tributaries join it. Dr. Alice Deason from Durham University calculated that these gravitational perturbations are actually accelerating our journey inward. We're not just falling toward the center of our galaxy, we're falling faster because of this ongoing collision. But wait, there's more. The collision isn't just affecting our motion. It's changing the very structure of the galaxy we're traveling through. The Milky Way's spiral arms, those beautiful curved structures you see in photographs, are actually density waves created in part by these galactic collisions. Think of it like this. Imagine you're driving toward the center of a city, but the city itself is constantly being remodeled by cosmic construction crews. The landmarks you might use to navigate are shifting, the roads are changing, and even the destination itself is being altered by forces beyond imagination. This brings us to a crucial realization. Our journey to the center of the Milky Way isn't happening in a static universe. We're traveling through a dynamic, ever-changing cosmic landscape where galaxies dance with each other across billions of years, where the very space we're moving through is being sculpted by invisible forces. But if you think that's mind-bending, wait until you hear about what we're actually heading toward. Here's what will absolutely blow your mind. At the exact center of our galaxy, in the constellation Sagittarius, There's an object so massive that it warps space and time around itself so severely that it creates a point of no return. A boundary where, if you cross it, you can never escape, not even if you could travel at the speed of light. This is Sagittarius A, asterisk pronounced A star. And it's not just any black hole. It's a supermassive black hole with a mass 4.15 million times greater than our Sun, compressed into a region smaller than Mercury's orbit around the Sun. But here's the truly mind-bending part. We know this black hole exists not because we can see it. Black holes are invisible by definition, but because of what it does to everything around it. In 2020, Andrea Ghez from UCLA and Reinhard Genzel from the Max Planck Institute won the Nobel Prize in Physics for proving that Sagittarius A asterisk exists by watching individual stars orbit around nothing. Think of it like this. Imagine you're in a dark room and you see a flashlight moving in a perfect circle through the air. You can't see what's holding the flashlight, but you know something must be there, because flashlights don't just float in circles by themselves. That's essentially what Ghez and Genzel did with stars near the galactic center. They tracked a star called S2, which has an orbit around Sagittarius A asterisk that takes 16 years to complete. At its closest approach, S2 travels at 7,650 kilometers per second. That's 2.5% the speed of light. To put that in perspective, at that speed, you could travel from New York to Los Angeles in 1.6 seconds. But here's what should give you chills. When S2 reaches that incredible speed at its closest approach to the black hole, Einstein's theory of relativity predicts that time should slow down for the star relative to us. And that's exactly what they observed. The star's light became redshifted, proving that time itself was being stretched by the black hole's gravity. This isn't science fiction. This is Einstein's prediction from 1915 being confirmed with breathtaking precision more than a century later. But Sagittarius asterisk isn't just sitting there quietly warping spacetime. It's actively feeding, and when it feeds, it creates some of the most spectacular and terrifying phenomena in the universe. Dr. Shep Dollman, who led the team that created the first image of a black hole's event horizon, describes what happens when matter falls into Sagittarius A asterisk. As gas and dust spiral inward, they heat up to temperatures of billions of degrees, hotter than the core of any star. This creates an accretion disk that glows so brightly it outshines entire regions of our galaxy. But here's the truly bizarre part. Some of that falling matter doesn't actually fall in. Instead, it gets launched outward at nearly the speed of light in jets that extend thousands of light years into space. Think of it like a cosmic fire hose, except the water is made of high-energy particles traveling at relativistic speeds. These jets are so powerful, they can influence star formation across vast regions of the galaxy. They're literally sculpting the cosmic landscape we're traveling through, like a cosmic artist working with matter and energy on scales that dwarf human comprehension. And here's something that should fundamentally change how you think about black holes. They're not cosmic vacuum cleaners. Sagittarius asterisk isn't sucking us in. In fact, if you replaced our sun with a black hole of the same mass, Earth would continue orbiting normally. We'd just freeze to death. The reason we're falling toward the galactic center isn't because the black hole is pulling us in. It's because we're part of a larger structure, the galaxy itself. It formed around this gravitational anchor point billions of years ago. Think of it like this. Sagittarius A asterisk is like the drain in the center of a vast whirlpool, but we're not water circling the drain. We're more like debris floating in the outer edges of the whirlpool, taking hundreds of millions of years to complete each orbit, moving slowly inward due to friction and gravitational interactions with other debris. But this analogy breaks down when you consider what we're about to discover about the true nature of our journey. What if I told you that our destination at the center of the galaxy is currently experiencing weather? Not weather like rain or snow, but cosmic weather involving bubbles of gamma radiation, so enormous they dwarf our entire solar system? In 2010, NASA's Fermi Gamma Ray Space Telescope discovered something that completely revolutionized our understanding of the galactic center. Extending 50,000 light-years above and below the galactic plane, that's half the width of our entire galaxy, are two massive structures called the Fermi bubbles. These aren't just clouds of gas. They're bubbles of high-energy gamma radiation, the most energetic form of light in the universe. To put their size in perspective, if the Milky Way were the size of the United States, these bubbles would extend from the surface of the Earth to the Moon. Dr. Douglas Finkbeiner from Harvard University, who led the team that discovered the Fermi bubbles, described them as evidence of a massive explosion at the galactic center that happened roughly 6 to 9 million years ago. Think of it like this. Imagine if our galactic center black hole had a cosmic burp so powerful it created radiation bubbles that are still expanding millions of years later. But here's what will blow your mind. 6 to 9 million years ago is practically yesterday in cosmic terms. Our human ancestors were already walking upright in Africa when this explosion happened. In other words, the cosmic weather at our destination is actively changing on timescales that are almost comprehensible to human experience. This discovery completely changed how we think about supermassive black holes. They're not just passively sitting at galactic centers. They're dynamic, explosive objects that can dramatically influence the environment across entire galaxies. But the Fermi bubbles revealed something even more profound. The edges of these bubbles are sharp, much sharper than they should be if they were just expanding through empty space. This suggests they're being confined by magnetic fields, creating what scientists call magnetic bottles that can trap particles and energy for millions of years. Think of it like cosmic champagne bottles, except instead of champagne, they're filled with high-energy particles traveling at nearly the speed of light. And instead of cork, they're sealed by magnetic fields that could power every city on Earth for billions of years. Dr. Roland Crocker from the Australian National University calculated that the total energy contained in the Fermi bubbles is equivalent to 100,000 supernovas exploding simultaneously. That's the energy output of 100,000 dying stars, all contained in structures created by the black hole we're slowly orbiting around. But here's the truly mind-bending part. We're traveling through the outer edges of this cosmic weather system right now. The Fermi bubbles extend far beyond the galactic plane, and Earth is positioned where it's being constantly bathed in high-energy particles from these ancient explosions. Some scientists theorize that these cosmic ray particles from the Fermi bubbles might have influenced evolution on Earth. When high-energy particles hit our atmosphere, they create showers of secondary particles that can reach the ground and potentially cause genetic mutations. In other words, the cosmic weather at our destination might be partly responsible for the biological complexity that led to your existence. You are literally made of star stuff that has been seasoned by the violent outbursts of the supermassive black hole we're traveling toward. But the weather forecast for the galactic center isn't stable. In 2019, astronomers observed Sagittarius A asterisk suddenly brighten by a factor of 75 in the infrared. Dr. Tuan Du from UCLA, who observed this flare, described it as the brightest they'd ever seen the black hole become. This wasn't just a minor fluctuation. Something dramatic happened. Either a large object fell into the black hole, or the black hole's feeding patterns changed dramatically. Think of it like watching a calm lake suddenly develop a whirlpool. Something significant must have disturbed the equilibrium. This brings up a profound question. What will we encounter as we continue our journey toward this dynamic, explosive, ever-changing destination? The cosmic weather we're traveling through isn't just background scenery. It's an active, evolving system that could potentially affect everything in its path, including us. And speaking of affecting us, let me tell you about something that will completely change how you think about our safety during this cosmic journey. Here's something that will completely reframe your understanding of why life exists on Earth. We're not just in a perfect zone around our sun for liquid water to exist. We're also in a perfect zone within our galaxy for life to survive at all. Dr. Guillermo Gonzalez, an astronomer who studies galactic habitable zones, discovered something remarkable. There's a Goldilocks zone in galaxies, just like there is around stars. Too close to the galactic center, and you're fried by radiation from the supermassive black hole and frequent supernovas. Too far out, and you don't have enough heavy elements to form rocky planets. We're located approximately 26,000 light-years from the galactic center, in what scientists call the galactic habitable zone. Think of it like living in the suburbs of a cosmic city, close enough to benefit from the infrastructure and resources, but far enough away to avoid the dangerous downtown area. But here's what will blow your mind. This perfect location isn't permanent. Our journey toward the galactic center means we're slowly moving out of this safe zone and into increasingly dangerous territory. As we travel inward, we'll encounter several hazards that could potentially threaten life on Earth. The first is radiation. The closer we get to the galactic center, the more intense the cosmic radiation becomes. It's like walking toward a cosmic furnace that gets hotter with every step. Dr. Nir Shaviv from Hebrew University calculated that as we move through different regions of the galaxy, Earth's exposure to cosmic rays varies dramatically. When we pass through spiral arms, which are regions of increased star formation and supernova activity, the cosmic ray flux can increase by 200 to 300%. Here's a mind-bending connection. Some scientists theorize that these variations in cosmic ray exposure, caused by our galactic orbit, might be connected to ice ages on Earth. Think of it like this. As we journey through the galaxy, we experience cosmic seasons that last tens of millions of years. And these cosmic seasons might influence Earth's climate. But radiation isn't the only danger. As we move inward, we'll also encounter increasing gravitational perturbations. The dense stellar environment near the galactic center could potentially disrupt the outer regions of our solar system, sending comets and asteroids on collision courses with the inner planets. Dr. Corin Baylor-Jones from the Max Planck Institute calculated that our solar system encounters close stellar approaches roughly every few million years. As we move toward the more densely populated galactic center, these encounters will become more frequent and potentially more disruptive. Think of it like driving through increasingly heavy traffic as you approach downtown. The chances of a collision increase not because the individual drivers become more dangerous, but because there are simply more vehicles in a smaller space. But here's something that should give you a different kind of chills. We're not just passive passengers on this journey. Life on Earth might actually be influencing our path through the galaxy in ways we're only beginning to understand. The concept of the Gaia hypothesis, proposed by James Lovelock, suggests that life on Earth actively regulates the planet's environment to maintain conditions suitable for life. But some scientists are now exploring whether this regulation might extend beyond Earth itself. Dr. David Grinspoon from the Planetary Science Institute proposed that advanced civilizations might eventually develop the capability to influence their planet's orbit, essentially steering their world through the galaxy to avoid hazards and seek out optimal conditions. While we're nowhere near that level of technological capability, the idea raises a profound question. Are we truly at the mercy of cosmic forces, or might we eventually gain some control over our galactic destiny? This brings us to a crucial realization. Our journey to the center of the Milky Way isn't just a story about astronomy and physics. It's a story about the relationship between life and cosmos, about whether intelligence and consciousness are just accidents of chemistry, or whether they represent something more fundamental about the nature of the universe. And that leads us to one of the most profound questions we can ask. What does this cosmic journey mean for the future of human consciousness itself? Here's something that will fundamentally alter your perception of time and your place in the universe. The last time Earth was at our current position in our galactic orbit. Dinosaurs had just begun to dominate the planet. The next time we'll be back to this exact same spot. Humanity as we know, it may no longer exist. Our galactic year, one complete orbit around the Milky Way, takes approximately 225 to 250 million Earth years. Scientists call this a cosmic year or a galactic year. Since Earth formed 4.6 billion years ago, we've completed only about 18 to 20 galactic years. That's it. In the entire history of our planet, we've made fewer than 20 trips around our galaxy. Think of it like this. If Earth's entire history were compressed into a single year, a galactic orbit would take about 18 days. In that perspective, recorded human history would be less than the final second of December 31st. Dr. Carl Sagan beautifully illustrated this concept in his cosmic calendar. But let me give you an even more mind-bending perspective. The last time we were at our current galactic position, during the Triassic period 240 million years ago, the supercontinent Pangaea was just beginning to break apart. There were no flowers, no grass, no birds, no mammals as we know them today. The next time Earth returns to this exact galactic coordinate, assuming we maintain our current orbital period, it will be approximately 240 million years from now. By that time, the continents will have moved so far that Earth's geography will be completely unrecognizable. The Atlantic Ocean will be much wider, the Pacific will be smaller, and entirely new mountain ranges will have risen and eroded away. But here's what should really blow your mind. During our next galactic orbit, we'll be in a completely different cosmic neighborhood. The stars you see in the night sky today, Polaris, Sirius, the stars of Orion, will have moved so far from their current positions that future astronomers, if any exist, will see completely different constellations. Dr. Jackie Faherty from the American Museum of Natural History has calculated the future positions of nearby stars, and the results are stunning. In 240 million years, Polaris will be nowhere near the North Celestial Pole. The Big Dipper will be so distorted by stellar motion that it will be unrecognizable. Even our Sun's position relative to other stars will have changed dramatically due to something called peculiar motion, the movement of stars independent of galactic rotation. This brings us to a profound realization. We are living in a unique moment in cosmic history. The sky you see tonight has never existed before and will never exist again. The exact configuration of stars, planets, and galaxies visible from Earth right now is a one-time cosmic event that will never be repeated. But let's zoom out even further. Our journey toward the galactic center is happening against the backdrop of the universe's own evolution. When we began our current galactic orbit 240 million years ago, the universe was already 13.6 billion years old, practically the same age it is today. But 240 million years from now, the universe will have changed in ways that challenge our understanding of reality itself. Dr. Katie Fries from the University of Texas has studied the far future of the universe, and her calculations reveal something both beautiful and terrifying. By the time we complete our next galactic orbit, the universe will have expanded so much that distant galaxies will have moved beyond our observable horizon. Future astronomers won't be able to see evidence of the Big Bang or the cosmic microwave, background radiation that tells us so much about the universe's origin. In other words, we are living during a golden age of cosmic discovery. We can see further into space and deeper into time than any future generation will be able to see. The universe is literally expanding away from us, taking its secrets with it. Think of it like standing on a mountaintop at sunrise, able to see for hundreds of miles in every direction, knowing that fog is rolling in, and soon the view will be limited to just a few meters. We are the generation standing on that cosmic mountaintop, able to see almost to the edge of the observable universe, before cosmic expansion pulls that view beyond our reach forever. This perspective completely reframes the significance of our current moment in history. We're not just any random humans living at any random time. We're the humans who exist during the universe's golden age of visibility, when black holes are actively feeding, when galaxies are still close enough to observe and study, when the cosmic microwave background still carries echoes of creation itself. But here's the most mind-bending part. Your personal existence is even more improbable than this cosmic timing. Not only do you exist during the universe's golden age, but you exist as a conscious being capable of understanding these concepts, on a planet perfectly positioned in the galactic habitable zone, during a time when your species has developed the technology to map your location in space and time. The probability of your existence, with your specific consciousness, at this specific moment in cosmic history, at this specific location in the galaxy, is so astronomically small that it approaches impossibility. Yet here you are, thinking about these concepts, aware of your cosmic journey, capable of contemplating your place in the grand scheme of existence. And that brings us to something even more profound. What if I told you that your consciousness isn't just along for the ride on this cosmic journey, but that it might actually be playing a fundamental role in shaping the reality you're traveling through? This isn't New Age mysticism. This is cutting-edge physics, and it's going to completely change how you think about your relationship to the universe. Dr. John Wheeler, the physicist who coined the term black hole, proposed something called the participatory universe hypothesis. According to Wheeler, the universe doesn't just exist independently of observers. Instead, the act of observation, of consciousness becoming aware of reality, actually participates in creating that reality. Here's what will blow your mind. Quantum mechanics, the most successful theory in the history of physics, tells us that particles exist in multiple states simultaneously until they're observed. The famous double-slit experiment demonstrates that electrons behave as waves when they're not being observed, but collapse into definite particle states when they are observed. Now, most physicists think this observer effect only applies to the quantum scale, the realm of atoms and subatomic particles. But some cutting-edge theorists are exploring whether consciousness might play a role in shaping reality at much larger scales, including cosmic scales. Dr. Max Tegmark from MIT has calculated that if consciousness has any physical effect at all, then your brain, thinking about these concepts right now, is actually influencing the quantum fields that permeate the space around you. Think of it like this. Your thoughts create tiny ripples in the fabric of space-time itself. Ripples so small that we can't measure them with current technology, but ripples nonetheless. Now, multiply that effect by the 8 billion conscious humans on Earth, all thinking, all observing, all participating in the universe. Then multiply it by whatever other conscious beings might exist elsewhere in our galaxy. According to the participatory universe hypothesis, all of this consciousness is collectively participating in creating the reality we're journeying through. But here's where it gets really mind-bending. If consciousness plays a role in shaping reality, then the fact that you're learning about your cosmic journey might actually be influencing that journey in ways we can't yet understand. Dr. Stuart Hameroff and Sir Roger Penrose have proposed that consciousness emerges from quantum processes in microtubules within brain neurons. If they're correct, then your brain is literally a quantum computer, processing information at the fundamental level of reality itself. This means that right now, as you're learning about Sagittarius A** and the Fermi bubbles and our galactic orbit, your brain is processing this information using the same quantum, mechanical principles that govern black holes and determine the structure of space-time. Think of it like this. You're not just learning about the universe. You're participating in the universe's process of understanding itself. Your consciousness is like a unique vantage point from which the cosmos can observe and comprehend its own nature. But let's take this even further. The anthropic principle in cosmology suggests that the universe appears to be fine-tuned for the existence of conscious observers. The physical constants, things like the strength of gravity, the mass of electrons, the speed of light, are set to values that allow for the formation of stars, planets, and ultimately, life and consciousness. Dr. Brandon Carter, who formulated the anthropic principle, pointed out that if any of these constants were even slightly different, the universe would be unable to support conscious observers. It's as if the universe is designed for consciousness to emerge and contemplate its own existence. Some theorists, like Dr. Lee Smolin, have proposed that this isn't just a coincidence. They suggest that consciousness might be a fundamental feature of the universe, not just an accidental byproduct of chemical complexity. In this view, the universe doesn't just contain consciousness. It's evolving toward greater consciousness. This completely reframes our cosmic journey. We're not just matter traveling through space toward a black hole. We're conscious beings participating in the universe's process of self-discovery, moving toward regions of space where matter and energy behave in the most extreme ways possible. And here's something that should give you chills. As we journey toward the galactic center, we're moving toward regions where space-time itself becomes so warped that the normal rules of physics break down. We're approaching what physicists call the theater of the extreme, areas where the universe reveals its deepest secrets. The fact that consciousness evolved on a planet located in the perfect position to study these extreme regions isn't just lucky. According to the participatory universe hypothesis, it might be inevitable. The universe might naturally evolve conscious observers, positioned to understand its most fundamental mysteries. But here's the truly profound implication. If consciousness plays a role in shaping reality, then your awareness of this cosmic journey isn't passive. Your understanding of these concepts, your wonder at the scale and beauty of the universe, your sense of connection to something larger than yourself, all of this might be playing a role in the ongoing evolution of the cosmos itself. You're not just learning about the universe. You're participating in its becoming. Now let me blow your mind with something that will completely change how you visualize our journey. We're not just traveling through empty space toward the galactic center. We're moving through the largest structure in the universe, a cosmic web of dark matter filaments that connects every galaxy in existence. In 2014, using data from the Sloan Digital Sky Survey, astronomers created the most detailed map ever made of the cosmic web. What they discovered is that galaxies aren't randomly scattered through space. Instead, they're arranged in a vast network of filaments with enormous voids between them, creating a structure that looks remarkably like the neural networks in a brain or the mycelial networks of fungi. Dr. Miguel Aragon from Johns Hopkins University, who helped create these maps, describes the cosmic web as the skeleton of the universe. Think of it like this. If the universe were a human body, galaxies would be organs, and the cosmic web would be the circulatory system connecting them all. But here's what will absolutely blow your mind. Our Milky Way galaxy isn't just connected to this cosmic web. We are riding along one of its major filaments like a cosmic highway. This filament, called the local supercluster or Laniakea, is a structure so vast that it contains more than 100,000 galaxies, including our own. Dr. Brent Tully from the University of Hawaii led the team that mapped our local cosmic web structure. They discovered that our galaxy, along with Andromeda and hundreds of other nearby galaxies, is being pulled along this cosmic filament towards something called the Great Attractor, a gravitational anomaly so massive that it's influencing the motion of galaxies across hundreds of millions of light years. Think of it like being in a car on a highway, where the highway itself is moving through space, carrying you toward a destination you can't see, but can feel pulling you forward. That's essentially what's happening to our entire galaxy as we journey toward the Milky Way center. But the cosmic web reveals something even more profound about our journey. The filaments of this web are made primarily of dark matter, that mysterious substance that makes up 85% of all matter in the universe, but remains completely invisible to our eyes and telescopes. Dr. Carlos Frank from Durham University has run computer simulations of cosmic web formation. And his results show something remarkable. The cosmic web isn't static. It's actively evolving, with dark matter flowing along the filaments like blood through cosmic arteries. This means we're not just traveling through space. We're traveling through flowing rivers of invisible matter. Here's what should give you chills. The dark matter flowing around us right now might be interacting with your body in ways we don't yet understand. Every second, trillions of dark matter particles are passing through your body without your awareness. Some theoretical physicists speculate that these interactions might be influencing biological processes in subtle ways. Dr. Catherine Fries from the University of Texas has proposed that dark matter interactions might affect DNA mutation rates, potentially influencing evolution itself. If she's correct, then the cosmic web we're traveling through isn't just our cosmic highway. It's actively participating in shaping life on Earth. But let's zoom out even further. The cosmic web structure we're part of extends far beyond our local galactic neighborhood. Recent observations from the Dark Energy Survey have revealed that the cosmic web extends to the very edge of the observable universe, creating a structure so vast that light from its most distant regions has been traveling toward us for over 13 billion years. This means that our journey toward the galactic center is happening within a structure that was already ancient when the first stars began to shine. We're traveling along cosmic highways that were laid down in the first billion years after the Big Bang. Dr. Volker Springel from the Max Planck Institute has created the most detailed computer simulations of cosmic web evolution ever produced. His Millennium simulation shows how dark matter filaments formed, how they channel the flow of ordinary matter, and how they determine where galaxies form and how they move through space. Here's the mind-bending part. According to these simulations, the cosmic web isn't just influencing our current journey. It predetermined our path billions of years ago. The location where our solar system formed, the direction we're traveling, even the timing of our journey toward the galactic center were all determined by the structure of the cosmic web that formed when the universe was less than 1 billion years old. Think of it like this. Imagine a river system where the riverbeds were carved 13 billion years ago, and you're a piece of sediment that's been flowing along these predetermined channels ever since. That's essentially our situation in the cosmic web. But here's something that will completely reframe how you think about cosmic isolation. We're not alone on this journey. The cosmic web reveals that our galaxy is part of a vast community of galaxies, all following similar paths along the same dark matter filaments. The Virgo cluster, which contains over 1,300 galaxies, is like our cosmic neighborhood. The Coma cluster, with over 1,000 galaxies, is like a distant city along our cosmic highway. And the Great Wall of Galaxies, a structure containing thousands of galaxies arranged in a wall-like formation stretching across 500 million light years, is like a cosmic continent that we're all part of. This completely changes the meaning of our galactic journey. We're not just one lonely galaxy traveling through empty space toward our own supermassive black hole. We're part of a vast cosmic migration, with thousands of galaxies all following the predetermined paths of the cosmic web toward their own destinies. And speaking of destiny, let me tell you about something that will completely change how you think about the future of our cosmic journey. What if I told you that our leisurely 240 million year journey around the galaxy is about to be dramatically interrupted by the largest cosmic collision in our local universe? What if I told you that this collision has already begun, and it will completely reshape everything we've discussed so far? In 4.5 billion years, our Milky Way galaxy is going to collide head-on with the Andromeda galaxy. This isn't speculation. This is astronomical fact, confirmed by decades of observations by the Hubble Space Telescope and verified by Dr. Roland van der Marel at the Space Telescope Science Institute. But here's what will blow your mind. This collision will completely change our journey toward the galactic center. In fact, after the collision, there won't be a single galactic center anymore. there will be an entirely new galaxy with a completely different structure, different dynamics, and two supermassive black holes that will eventually merge into one. Think of it like this. Imagine you're on a train heading toward New York City, but halfway through your journey, your train is going to collide with another train, creating an entirely new vehicle that will take you to a completely different destination. That's essentially what's going to happen to our solar system. Dr. John Dubinsky from the University of Toronto has run detailed computer simulations of the Milky Way Andromeda collision, and the results are breathtaking. The collision will take approximately 2 billion years to complete, during which time both galaxies will be completely transformed. First, the outer regions of both galaxies will be stripped away by gravitational forces, creating vast streams of stars scattered across space. Think of it like two long-haired dancers spinning together. Their hair will intertwine and create beautiful, flowing patterns around them. Then, the main bodies of the galaxies will pass through each other like two ghosts interpenetrating. But unlike our current collision with the Sagittarius dwarf galaxy, this will be a collision between equals, two massive spiral galaxies with roughly comparable masses. Here's the mind-bending part. During this collision, our solar system will likely be flung to a completely different part of the new merged galaxy. We might end up in the outer halo, far from any galactic center, or we might be thrown into the central regions where we'd experience the cosmic violence of two supermassive black holes orbiting each other. Dr. Abraham Loeb from Harvard University calculated the probabilities for different outcomes. There's about a 12% chance that our solar system will be completely ejected from the merged galaxy, becoming a rogue solar system wandering through intergalactic space. There's about a 30% chance we'll end up in the outer regions of the new galaxy, and about a 58% chance we'll remain in a roughly similar orbital configuration to where we are now. But even if we end up in a similar orbital position, everything else will be different. The night sky will be completely transformed. The merged galaxy, which astronomers have already nicknamed Milky Way, will be an elliptical galaxy rather than a spiral, with a completely different structure and appearance. Think of it like waking up one day to find that your familiar neighborhood has been merged with a completely different city. The landmarks you used for navigation are gone. The street layout is completely different, and you're not even sure which direction is home anymore. But here's something that should give you chills. This cosmic collision isn't just about the distant future. It's already affecting our current journey toward the galactic center. The Andromeda galaxy's gravitational influence is already beginning to distort the outer regions of the Milky Way. Dr. Mark Fardell from the University of Massachusetts has detected subtle changes in the velocities of stars in our galaxy's halo that can only be explained by Andromeda's approaching gravitational field. This means that our current path toward the galactic center is already being influenced by the galaxy that will eventually collide with us. It's like being in a car whose steering is being subtly affected by a magnetic field that's getting stronger as you approach its source. But the Andromeda collision reveals something even more profound about cosmic evolution. This isn't an unusual event. It's part of the normal life cycle of galaxies. Dr. Peter Van Dockum from Yale University has observed hundreds of galaxy mergers throughout the universe, and they've discovered that these collisions are how galaxies grow and evolve. Our Milky Way itself is the product of dozens of previous galactic mergers. The Sagittarius dwarf galaxy we discussed earlier is just the most recent in a long series of smaller galaxies that our galaxy has consumed over billions of years. In the cosmic web, galaxies are constantly merging, growing, and evolving through these collisions. This completely reframes our cosmic journey. We're not just traveling toward the center of a static, unchanging galaxy. We're part of a dynamic system that's constantly evolving through cosmic collisions. And our current journey is just one chapter in a much longer story of galactic evolution that spans the entire age of the universe. And here's the most profound implication. If life still exists on Earth, 4.5 billion years from now, those future beings will experience a completely different cosmic environment than we do today. They'll live in a different galaxy, orbiting a different central black hole, under a completely different night sky. But that raises a crucial question. What does this mean for the future of consciousness itself in our cosmic neighborhood? Here's something that will fundamentally alter your perspective on the future of intelligence in the universe. We are living during the bright dawn of cosmic history. The universe as we know it, filled with shining stars, active galaxies, and the energy sources that make life possible, represents less than 1% of cosmic history. Dr. Fred Adams from the University of Michigan has calculated the timeline of cosmic evolution, and his results are both beautiful and terrifying. We are currently living in what he calls the stelliferous era, the age of stars, which began about 1 million years after the Big Bang and will end in approximately 100 trillion years. Think of it like this. If the entire future history of the universe were compressed into a single year, we're currently living in the first second of January 1st. Everything that we consider normal about the universe, stars shining, galaxies forming, black holes feeding, is just the opening moment of a cosmic story that will last for an almost incomprehensible length of time. But here's what will blow your mind. Intelligent civilizations that arise during our era have a unique opportunity that will never be repeated. We can see evidence of the Big Bang, observe the cosmic microwave background, study active galaxies and quasars, and witness the universe in its full glory. Future civilizations, arising trillions of years from now, when the universe has expanded and cooled dramatically, will inhabit a cosmos so different from ours that it will be almost unrecognizable. Dr. Catherine Fries from the University of Texas describes this as the dark age of the universe, a time when star formation has nearly ceased, when galaxies have moved so far apart that they're beyond each other's observable horizons, and when the only energy sources are the slow decay of protons and the evaporation of black holes. This completely reframes the significance of our current cosmic journey. We're not just traveling toward the center of the Milky Way, we're participating in one of the last great cosmic adventures that will be possible in the history of the universe. But here's something even more mind-bending. The supermassive black holes that we're currently studying and journeying toward will be among the last objects to survive in the far future cosmos. Long after all the stars have burned out, long after planets have been destroyed or ejected from their solar systems, the black holes will remain. Dr. Stephen Hawking's calculations show that black holes evaporate through a process called Hawking radiation. But this process takes an almost incomprehensible amount of time. A black hole with the mass of our sun would take 1,067 years to completely evaporate. That's a 1 followed by 67 zeros, a number so large that there aren't enough atoms in the observable universe to write it out. Sagittarius A, the supermassive black hole we're journeying toward, has a mass 4 million times greater than our sun, so it will take even longer to evaporate. Think of it like this. Our destination is so massive, so enduring, that it will still be there when the universe is a trillion times older than it is today. This raises a profound question. What will happen to consciousness during these vast stretches of cosmic time? Will intelligence find ways to survive in a universe growing ever colder and darker? Some theoretical physicists, like Dr. Freeman Dyson, have proposed that intelligent civilizations might be able to hibernate during the cold, dark eons, awakening periodically to think and communicate before returning to dormancy. They could potentially extend their existence indefinitely by carefully managing their energy resources. Dr. Frank Teipler has proposed an even more radical possibility, that sufficiently advanced civilizations might be able to harness the energy of cosmic expansion itself, or even manipulate the fundamental structure of space-time to prevent the heat death of the universe. But here's what should give you chills. If any of these scenarios are possible, then consciousness might not be just a temporary accident of chemistry that happened to arise during the brief star-shining era of cosmic history. Instead, consciousness might be a fundamental feature of the universe that will persist and evolve throughout the entire cosmic timeline. This completely transforms the meaning of our current journey toward the galactic center. We're not just matter moving through space, we're conscious beings, participating in the universe's process of self-awareness during its most spectacular epoch. And here's the truly mind-blowing implication. If consciousness is indeed a fundamental feature of the universe, then your awareness of this cosmic journey, your sense of wonder at the scale and beauty of existence, your ability to contemplate your place in the cosmic web, all of this might be the universe's way of understanding itself. Think of it like this. Through your consciousness, the universe is experiencing what it's like to be a pattern of matter and energy, traveling through space-time toward a region where the laws of physics become extreme. You are the universe's way of exploring its own possibilities. But that brings us to the most profound question of all. What does this cosmic perspective mean for how you should live your life right here, right now, on this small planet during this brief, shining moment in cosmic history? Now that you understand your true situation, that you're a conscious being on a 4.6 billion-year-old rock, traveling at 220 kilometers per second through a cosmic web of dark matter toward a supermassive black hole, during the brief golden age of a universe that will exist for trillions of years, how should this change the way you live your life? This isn't just an intellectual exercise. Understanding your cosmic context should fundamentally transform your perspective on meaning, purpose, relationships, and what matters in your daily existence. First, let's talk about the cosmic perspective on human problems. Every worry, every anxiety, every conflict you experience is happening while you're part of this incredible cosmic journey. Dr. Carl Sagan called this the overview effect, the cognitive shift that occurs when you truly grasp the scale and context of your existence. But here's what's crucial to understand. This cosmic perspective doesn't make your problems less real or less important. Instead, it provides a framework for understanding what kinds of problems are worth your mental energy and which ones are products of forgetting your cosmic context. Think of it like this. Imagine you're on the most incredible road trip in history, traveling through landscapes of unimaginable beauty toward a destination of cosmic significance. Now, during this journey, you could spend your time arguing with your fellow passengers about who gets to control the radio, or you could focus on appreciating the extraordinary nature of the journey itself. The cosmic perspective reveals that many of the things we worry about, social status, material possessions, petty conflicts, are like arguing over the radio, while missing the fact that you're traveling through the most beautiful landscape in the universe. But this doesn't mean nothing matters. In fact, it means the opposite. The rarity and improbability of your existence, the brief window of cosmic history during which consciousness can flourish, the unique perspective you have as a self-aware being participating in the universe's journey of self-discovery. All of this makes your choices and actions more significant, not less. Dr. Viktor Frankl, who survived the Holocaust and became one of the most influential psychologists of the 20th century, wrote that meaning comes not from avoiding suffering or maximizing pleasure, but from finding purpose in existence itself. The cosmic perspective provides the ultimate framework for this kind of meaning. Here's what will blow your mind. Every act of kindness, creativity, or understanding you perform is literally the universe acting with kindness, creativity, and understanding toward itself. When you help another person, you're participating in the cosmic process by which matter and energy organized itself into patterns capable of compassion. When you create something beautiful, whether it's art, music, poetry, or even just a moment of joy shared with another person, you're adding to the universe's collection of beautiful patterns. You're increasing the total amount of beauty and meaning that exists in the cosmos. When you learn something new, especially about the nature of reality itself, you're participating in the universe's process of self-discovery. Every moment of genuine understanding you achieve is a moment when the universe understands itself more completely. This completely reframes the concept of legacy. Your legacy isn't just what you leave behind for future human generations. Your legacy is your contribution to the ongoing story of consciousness in the cosmos. Every thought, every choice, every moment of awareness you experience becomes part of the universe's evolving understanding of its own nature. But here's something even more profound. The cosmic perspective reveals that you're not separate from the universe, looking at it from the outside. You are the universe, temporarily organized into a pattern capable of self-reflection. Your consciousness is not something that exists inside the cosmos. Your consciousness is the cosmos becoming aware of itself. This should completely transform how you think about death and mortality. Yes, your particular pattern of matter and energy will eventually reorganize itself into different patterns. But the fundamental stuff you're made of, the atoms forged in the hearts of dying stars, the quantum fields that give rise to your thoughts, the space-time through which you're traveling, none of that can be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Dr. Lawrence Krauss beautifully expressed this. Every atom in your body came from a star that exploded. And the atoms in your left hand probably came from a different star than your right hand. You are literally made of star stuff. We are a way for the cosmos to know itself. But I want to take this even further. You're not just made of star stuff. You're made of the same quantum fields that create black holes, the same space-time that's being warped by our galactic journey, the same energy that powered the Big Bang itself. You are literally made of the fundamental substance of reality. This means that your experience right now, your thoughts as you absorb these concepts, your sense of wonder at the scale of existence, your feeling of connection to something larger than yourself, this is the universe experiencing wonder at its own scale and beauty. And here's the most important implication. If you truly internalize this cosmic perspective, it becomes impossible to see other conscious beings as fundamentally separate from yourself. Every other person you encounter is another unique vantage point for which the universe is observing and understanding itself. This transforms ethics from a set of arbitrary rules into a recognition of fundamental unity. Harming another conscious being is literally the universe harming itself. Helping another person flourish is literally the universe helping itself flourish. But the cosmic perspective also reveals something crucial about the preciousness of this moment in history. We are living during the brief era when consciousness can contemplate the cosmos in all its glory. This opportunity to understand your place in the cosmic web, to marvel at black holes and dark matter, to trace your atoms back to stellar nucleosynthesis, this opportunity will not last forever. Future civilizations in the cosmic dark ages may envy us not for our technology or our comforts, but for the fact that we lived when the universe was young enough and small enough that we could see its wonders spread across the night sky. This means that your awareness, your wonder, your capacity to be moved by cosmic beauty, these are not just personal experiences. They are precious moments in the history of consciousness itself. Moments when the universe is at its peak ability to appreciate its own majesty. So how should you live, knowing all of this? Live as if you are exactly what you are, a temporary but magnificent organization of cosmic matter and energy, capable of love, wonder, creativity, and understanding, participating in the greatest adventure in the history of the universe. And remember, you're not taking this journey alone. Here's something that will completely transform how you see every other human being on Earth. We are all fellow travelers on this cosmic journey. Every person you pass on the street, every stranger you encounter online, every human being who has ever lived or will ever live, we are all passengers on the same cosmic ship, traveling together through the galaxy toward the same incredible destination. This isn't just a poetic metaphor. This is literal truth. Right now, as you watch this video, there are nearly 8 billion human beings sharing this journey with you. All of us are traveling at the same 220 kilometers per second through the cosmic web. All of us are experiencing the same cosmic weather from the Fermi bubbles. All of us are part of the same collision with the Sagittarius dwarf galaxy. But here's what will blow your mind. This shared cosmic journey means that every human conflict, every war, every division based on nationality, religion, or ideology is happening between fellow passengers on the same cosmic ship. Think of it like passengers on an ocean voyage, fighting over deck chairs while their ship sails toward an incredible destination none of them has ever seen. Dr. Frank White, who studied the psychological effects of space travel on astronauts, identified something called the overview effect, a cognitive shift that occurs when people see Earth from space and realize that all human conflicts are happening on a tiny, fragile world traveling through the infinite cosmos. Astronaut Edgar Mitchell described this experience. You develop an instant global consciousness, a people orientation, an intense dissatisfaction with the state of the world, and a compulsion to do something about it. From out there on the moon, international politics look so petty. But what I'm describing to you goes far beyond the overview effect. This is the cosmic journey effect, the realization that not only are we all sharing the same small planet, but we're all sharing the same incredible voyage through space and time toward one of the most extreme objects in the universe. This perspective should fundamentally transform how you see human cooperation and conflict. Every act of cooperation is fellow travelers helping each other navigate this cosmic journey. Every act of conflict is fellow travelers fighting while missing the extraordinary nature of their shared adventure. Think about the absurdity of nationalism from this cosmic perspective. Political borders are invisible lines drawn on the surface of a tiny rock that's hurtling through space at unimaginable speeds. Fighting over these borders is like passengers on a ship fighting over which side of the deck they're standing on, while ignoring the fact that they're all crossing the same ocean together. But the cosmic journey perspective reveals something even more profound about human cooperation. Every scientific discovery, every work of art, every act of kindness, every moment of understanding between people, these are all contributions to our collective ability to navigate and appreciate this cosmic journey. When scientists like Andrea Ghez studied the stars orbiting Sagittarius A, they weren't just advancing human knowledge, they were helping all of us understand our destination. When artists create beautiful works that inspire wonder at the cosmos, they're helping all of us appreciate the journey we're on together. When teachers share knowledge, when parents raise children with curiosity about the universe, when friends support each other through difficult times, all of these actions are helping our species navigate this cosmic journey together. Dr. Carl Sagan understood this when he wrote, "We are like butterflies who flutter for a day and think it is forever." But I would modify that. We are like conscious beings who exist for a cosmic instant, but have the incredible privilege of understanding our place in the cosmic story. And here's something that should fill you with hope. Throughout human history, our understanding of our cosmic context has been expanding. 1,000 years ago, most humans thought Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, we discovered we orbit the sun. 100 years ago, we thought the Milky Way was the entire universe. Today, we know we're part of a cosmic web containing billions of galaxies. This expanding cosmic awareness is itself part of our collective journey. Each generation of humans understands more about where we are and where we're going. Each scientific discovery, each moment of cosmic wonder, each person who grasps the scale and beauty of our situation, all of this contributes to our species' growing ability to consciously participate in our cosmic journey. But here's what should really blow your mind. You are part of this expansion of cosmic consciousness. By understanding these concepts, by feeling wonder at our galactic journey, by sharing this perspective with others, you are contributing to humanity's collective awakening to our cosmic situation. Think of it like this. Consciousness itself is evolving on our cosmic journey. It started as simple awareness in early life forms, developed into self-awareness in various species, evolved into scientific understanding in humans, and is now developing into cosmic consciousness, awareness of our place and trajectory in the universe itself. You are part of this evolution of consciousness. Your understanding of our cosmic journey, your sense of connection to the larger universe, your ability to see other humans as fellow travelers rather than enemies or strangers. This is consciousness, evolving to match the scale of our actual situation. And this evolution is accelerating. Through the internet, through global communication, through shared scientific knowledge, our species is developing something unprecedented in the history of life on Earth, a collective cosmic consciousness that spans the entire planet. For the first time in Earth's 4.6 billion year history, a significant portion of life on our planet is becoming aware of the planet's cosmic journey. This isn't just an advance in human knowledge. This is an evolutionary leap in the relationship between life and cosmos. But this collective cosmic consciousness carries with it a profound responsibility. We are the first generation in human history to fully understand our cosmic situation. We know where we are, we know where we're going, and we have some understanding of what we'll encounter along the way. This knowledge comes with the responsibility to ensure that consciousness survives and thrives during our cosmic journey. Every action you take to promote understanding, cooperation, wonder, and wisdom is an action that helps ensure consciousness continues to evolve and develop throughout our galactic voyage. You are not just a passive passenger on this cosmic journey. You are an active participant in the evolution of consciousness itself, helping guide our species through the greatest adventure in the history of life on Earth. And that brings us to the final, most important question. What does all of this mean for your purpose in life? We've reached the end of our 160-minute journey through the cosmos, but in many ways, this is just the beginning. Because now that you understand your true situation, your place in the cosmic web, your participation in the greatest journey in the history of matter and energy, your role in the universe's process of self-discovery, the question becomes, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Here's the final mind-blowing realization that should transform everything about how you see your purpose in life. You are not just any random conscious being that happened to arise during any random time in cosmic history. You are conscious during the universe's golden age, aware of your cosmic journey during the brief era when such awareness is possible, existing during the time when consciousness is making the transition from planetary to cosmic scales. This is not an accident. This is not a coincidence. This is the universe organizing itself into patterns capable of understanding their own cosmic context at precisely the moment in history when such understanding becomes possible. Think about the incredible chain of events that had to occur for you to exist at this exact moment. The Big Bang had to occur with precisely the right initial conditions to allow matter to clump together. The first stars had to form and explode to create the heavy elements necessary for life. Our galaxy had to form in exactly the right region of the cosmic web. Our solar system had to condense from stellar debris in the galactic habitable zone. Life had to evolve on Earth for 3.8 billion years to produce consciousness capable of understanding its cosmic context. And all of this had to happen during the brief window, less than 1% of cosmic history, when the universe is filled with active galaxies, shining stars, and observable cosmic phenomena. The probability of your existence, with your specific consciousness at this specific time, in this specific location, with the specific capability to understand these concepts. This probability is so small that it approaches impossibility. Yet here you are. This suggests something profound. Consciousness and cosmos are not separate phenomena. They are two aspects of a single, unified process by which the universe comes to understand itself. Your consciousness is not an accident. It's the universe's latest and most sophisticated method of self-exploration. And this means your purpose is not something you need to invent or discover. It's something you already embody simply by being conscious during this cosmic era. Your purpose is to be aware, to understand, to wonder, to appreciate the incredible journey you're participating in. But let's make this more specific. What does cosmic consciousness mean for how you should live your life day by day? First, it means approaching every interaction with other humans as an encounter between fellow cosmic travelers. Every person you meet is another unique perspective from which the universe is observing itself. Treating other people with kindness, respect, and understanding isn't just good ethics. It's participating in the universe's process of self-care. Second, it means pursuing knowledge and understanding not just for personal benefit, but as contributions to cosmic consciousness itself. Every time you learn something new about reality, every moment of genuine understanding you achieve, every insight you gain into the nature of existence, you're advancing the universe's understanding of itself. Third, it means creating beauty and meaning as fundamental activities, not optional extras. When you create something beautiful, when you share a moment of joy, when you help another person flourish, you're adding to the total amount of beauty and meaning that exists in the cosmos. Fourth, it means caring for our planet and our species as cosmic responsibilities. Earth is not just our home. It's currently the only known location where the universe has achieved self-awareness. Protecting Earth's biosphere and ensuring humanity's survival isn't just about our species. It's about preserving the universe's ability to understand itself. But here's something even more profound. Your cosmic purpose includes participating in consciousness's next evolutionary leap. We are currently living through the transition from individual human consciousness to collective cosmic consciousness. Your role is to help facilitate this transition. Every time you share cosmic perspective with another person, every time you help someone understand their place in the larger story, every time you act from cosmic compassion rather than narrow self-interest, you're helping consciousness evolve to match the scale of our actual cosmic situation. Dr. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, a paleontologist and philosopher, envisioned this as the development of the noosphere, a planetary sphere of consciousness that emerges when individual minds become sufficiently connected and aware of their cosmic context. We are currently witnessing the early stages of the noosphere's development. Through global communication networks, through shared scientific understanding, through growing awareness of our cosmic journey, human consciousness is beginning to operate at planetary and cosmic scales. Your participation in this process isn't optional. It's happening whether you're consciously aware of it or not. But your conscious participation makes you an active agent in consciousness evolution rather than a passive recipient of it. And here's the most important thing. This cosmic perspective should fill you with hope, not existential dread. Yes, we're tiny compared to the cosmic scales we've discussed. Yes, our individual lives are brief compared to cosmic time. But we are not insignificant. We are the universe's method of self-appreciation. We are matter and energy organized into patterns capable of wonder, love, creativity, and understanding. We are the cosmos becoming conscious of its own beauty and meaning. Your life, your consciousness, your capacity for wonder. These are among the most precious and rare phenomena in the universe. The fact that you can contemplate your cosmic journey, that you can feel moved by the scale and beauty of existence, that you can love and be loved by other conscious beings. These capacities are cosmic treasures. As we conclude this journey together, remember that you are now part of a growing community of humans who understand their cosmic context. You are no longer living as if Earth were the center of the universe, or as if your galaxy were motionless, or as if consciousness were separate from cosmos. You are living with cosmic awareness, cosmic compassion, and cosmic purpose. You understand that you're on an incredible journey through space and time toward one of the most extreme objects in the universe. You know that you're sharing this journey with billions of fellow travelers. You realize that your consciousness is the universe's way of experiencing wonder at its own nature. This knowledge comes with great joy and great responsibility. The joy of understanding your place in the grandest story ever told. The responsibility of living up to your role as a conscious participant in cosmic evolution. So go forward from this moment with wonder, with compassion, with curiosity, and with the deep satisfaction of knowing that you are exactly what the universe intended you to be. A temporary but magnificent organization of cosmic matter and energy, capable of love and understanding, participating in the greatest adventure in the history of existence. You are on a journey to the center of the Milky Way, and now you know it. What you do with this knowledge will determine not just your own future, but the future of consciousness itself in our cosmic neighborhood. The journey continues, and you are needed as a conscious participant in it. Welcome to Cosmic Awareness. Welcome to your true purpose. Welcome to the most incredible adventure that has ever been or ever will be. Thank you for taking this journey with me. If this cosmic perspective has changed how you see yourself and your place in the universe, share it with your fellow travelers. Like this video, subscribe for more cosmic adventures, and tell me in the comments, how will understanding your cosmic journey change the way you live your life? Remember, we're all in this together, traveling through the galaxy toward a destination that promises to reveal the deepest secrets of reality itself. And the most amazing part? This is just the beginning. The universe is vast, mysterious, and more wonderful than we can imagine. And you get to be conscious during the brief, shining moment when it's possible to appreciate that wonder. Make it count.